Hello, class, and welcome to the classroom management page for your United States history class. I will be your teacher this year, and my name is Mr. Hinen. As you can see, this is the home page of our class. You have a little welcome message right here. It says, "Hello, I am Mr. Hinen and will be your teacher. I'm a graduate from St. Francis, where I played basketball. I'm excited to be your teacher and get to know all of you. This site has many important documents that will be used in our classroom. These include procedures, rules, and consequences. It is important for you to have access to these documents to get a better feel of what is expected for you this year and my teaching style. Additionally, this website will be used for our daily classroom announcements and resources for the day's lesson. If there are any questions about the classroom expectations, my contact information can be found at the bottom. Enjoy. So, like I said, this is the home page. And about this class, you guys are going to be in U.S. history. You guys will be participating and learning through the use of technology, direct instruction, research-based projects, and much more. This is just one technology tool that we're going to be using, and there will be a lot located right here in the resource section of this page that we will be using daily. So as you can see, this section will display links that can be used in the classroom. There are obviously no links for uploaded right now, but once we get into our classroom and our discussions in the class and whatever lesson projects we will be doing, the technology resources will be right here on this homepage for you to use. Also, there will be announcements right here every day as well on this homepage, where you guys can see what the day's objectives are, what standards we will be covering for the day, and anything you guys will need to know about the day's lessons. Students, this class is obviously United States history, so we'll be learning everything from the Revolutionary War and our founding fathers, on through Lincoln and the Civil War, and all the way up to some of our most recent history, and even covering some of today's topics along the way. So it should be a very exciting class, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am to get started. So first, you guys probably want to know a little bit about me. So right up here is the About Me section. If you click on that, you'll see a couple pictures of me. This is just like a quick survey that kind of tells a little bit about me and what you guys can learn from me just to get started. And I'm sure we'll get to know each other a lot throughout the year. My full name, I was born in Columbia City. I have one pet, a dog named Lady Bell. My favorite TV show is Friends. I like to read Harry Potter. Um, and then on down the list, my favorite music artists, movies, sports, vacations, etc., etc. And of course, you guys can always ask me any other questions you want to get to know about me in the future. But that just gives you a little snapshot into my life so far, and then hopefully you guys can, or we'll get to know each other more, and I'll get to know a little bit about you guys and what some of your interests are just beyond the history classroom. So that is the About Me section of this classroom management page. And now if we go to the classroom management plan, this is probably the most important section that you guys will be needing to refer to throughout the year, really. The first thing you guys will see is classroom management philosophy. We don't really need to get into this right now, but teach it. This is just an essay that shows some of the practices and different things that I would like to do throughout the year as a teacher, and some of my expectations of you as a student. And you see, really want a student-centered classroom. So we'll try to focus on you guys as much as possible and try to help you guys reach your full potential in the class. obviously I'm going to have some really high expectations for you guys, and I know you guys can exceed those expectations even. So we should have a really good year. As we move down here, then you can see the classroom procedures. So here are some of the classroom procedures that we'll be using this year. We'll just go through a couple of them now, and we will be introducing some of these in our first day. So maybe one of the most important classroom procedures will be entering the classroom. Obviously, you'll be doing this every day. When a student enters a classroom, they are to first do so quietly, then go directly to their seats. You will copy the objectives and the agenda for today, which obviously you can find online or will also be written on the board each day. And then you guys will start working on your bell ringer. And the purpose of this procedure is to get students focused right away on the day's task, so we don't waste any time for one, and that we can just start learning right away and maximize all the time we have in the classroom. Another procedure that I'm sure you guys will like to use a lot is the restroom procedure. Obviously, it is important to allow you guys to use the restroom throughout the day. First step one is to make sure that the pass the students will be using is not already taken, so there will be a pass on the door, which we'll explain later, but for the procedure, you guys just need to make sure that it's not taken yet, because we don't want so many kids going to the bathroom at one time. Second step is to quietly make your way to the door. Step 3 is to return to the classroom quietly. And begin doing whatever you guys are supposed to be doing at the time. Students are responsible for everything that they miss during their absence from the class. So if you're in the restroom, you miss something, your job is next time we have a free second, you better be asking one of your fellow students or me if you miss anything important, if you miss any handouts, anything like that. As well, students can only use the pass once per day. This helps the classroom environment because students asking to use the restroom will not break up instruction time. So you won't have to raise your hand and ask. We're trying to focus on our learning, and we don't want to break that up for other students that are engaged in the lesson at the time. If you need to use the restroom, all you have to do is just follow that procedure quickly and quietly, make your way to the door, use the restroom, and come back. That way you don't distract any other students. That way the rest of the class can stay focused on our objectives for the day in the classroom. So those are just a couple of the procedures that will be going on in the classroom, and obviously some pretty important procedures as well that we will cover in later dates. So if we go back here, this is another procedure, just an essay. It has all the procedures that are in that Google drawing, and just kind of tells you why again, goes in depth on each procedure. Classroom rules, obviously another very important part of the classroom. So here are some of the classroom rules. First one is respect each other. Obviously, we want a classroom that we can talk and communicate, but we don't want to be able to negatively put each other down. So we want to build each other up and try to exceed in all that we do. So we need to respect each other. Respect yourself. Obviously, kind of speaks for yourself. Just making sure you're ready to go each day kind of goes along with trying your best. I just want full effort from everyone. I know some days might not be feeling the best, other things like that, but as long as you guys are trying, even if you're not succeeding in what we're focusing on in the lesson, we will work for you and try to do the best that we can to try to get you along. And as long as you guys are trying your best, you guys are going to succeed in this class. There's no doubt about that. Just enjoy learning and having fun. I want you guys to enjoy being in the classroom, being with me, and in learning. I hope you guys find some of this stuff interesting. Obviously, the state finds it important that we need to take our time to learn about our history. But also, if there's any subject that you guys find interesting yourselves and want to cover, feel free to share with me. I want you guys to enjoy learning and have fun. So anything that sparks your interest, we'll try to cover it more if we have time. And the last rule is just to be engaged. Obviously, this means no cell phones because obviously that'll get you off the topic. So just want to be engaged, stay focused, and be participating. If questions are asked, if you have opportunities to talk to students, be engaged with them as well, and try your best just to stay engaged during the class, so that way we can get the most out of it. And then the consequences are obviously important. No consequences, there's no real need for rules. So here are the consequences we have in our classroom. Um, if you fail to respect each other, you'll first get a verbal warning and be asked to apologize. If this actions continue, you'll be written up and changed seats away from that student that you're obviously not respecting. And if it continues to happen, obviously go to the office and write a letter. And for each of these rules as well, anytime I think that it exceeds just a warning, as a lot of the first times are just a warning, we'll have to send you directly to office, or we can just jump steps whenever. It doesn't have to be this way, but this is the way it normally is. So the second one is respecting yourself. We'll have an individual meeting with you, and then if you continue to disrespect yourself, um, we we will have to set up a meeting with the counselor to discuss this problems and whatever issues you're facing. Next, trying your best. Get a verbal warning. We'll talk after class, and then if it continues that you're not putting forth your best effort, we'll either have to send a letter or call to your parents to try to figure out why you're not doing your best in class right now. Enjoy learning. Discussion over students' interests. If you're not having fun, we'll try to have a one-on-one conversation to see what interests you and what can make the class more enjoyable, and then we'll work with all of you guys to find what interests you the most. And stay engaged. No phones. You'll get a verbal warning written up, and we'll take away your phone if it continues, and then obviously sent down to the office if the behavior continues throughout the year. Obviously, phones can be a big distraction, so we don't want that to happen, and I never want to take anybody's phone away. Then moving on to parental contact. So, one more thing, classroom environment. You guys will be able to see how the classroom's set up. There's also a thing link right here that shows a picture of the classroom, what the classroom looks like, and then why different things are located the way they are. So if you guys want to check that out, it's pretty cool, and we will also be using this website in the future in our classroom. And then final step to what we will be doing, or what else you guys need to know, is just my contact information for parents and such will be found at the bottom of this screen right here and the home page. So there's my phone and my email. So if you need to contact me as a parent, there's my phone number. Students, we will also be maybe sharing emails that you have to turn in assignments via email when we use our technology. So that is another important part of this classroom management page. With that is about all we need to discuss right now. Obviously, student calendar, or the calendar for the year for our classroom, and our daily schedules in the corner. But that's really all we need to talk about right now. Hope you guys have a great day and goodbye.